Let's move on to the next category, which is location-based. And welcome with me, Sean Gering, Associate Director Strategy, PhD. Welcome, Sean, and good luck with your presentation. The stage is yours.
Yeah, thank you so much. So our clients here at PhD are HSBC US. So I'm going to talk to you about a program that we did called Welcome to HSBC US. So we identified immigrants as an opportunity to be able to grow the HSBC consumer base. They tend to cluster, well, in part this was based on the fact that they tend to cluster around coastal cities, which aligns nicely with HSBC's footprint. So focusing on immigrants as opportunity for growth, we based our plan on a couple foundational insights: that moving to the US is complicated, that it takes at least 4 weeks after arrival to acquire the documents needed to open a bank account, that when immigrants do open accounts, they typically do so with the 5 major US banks. And HSBC has a bit of an uphill challenge in the fact that they have low awareness here in the US. But HSBC had a strategic advantage over the competition, that they can accept non-US passports to open US bank accounts. So with those insights back pocket, we focused on 2 segments of the prospective immigrants. Focused on before they arrive and after they arrive. Before they arrive, we focused on those moving within 4 weeks, knowing that bank accounts are typically one of the latter considerations in the immigration process. We set our reach to global, but we focused on some core ethnicities which are listed out down below. Focusing on the immigrants after they arrive, we narrowed down 4 weeks after arrival, within 4 weeks, knowing that after that 4 weeks, HSBC loses its strategic advantage. There were some significant challenges in taking this approach, however. Cross-border regulations prevented the promotion of US offers abroad. So we need to create an educational welcome center destination that has content helpful for those considering a move to the US that we could drive to. Also challenging was identifying the signals of an intended move to the US in the time frame that we had outlined on the previous slide. So we needed to use creative approaches to be able to isolate those signals that they were showing, messaging prospects, and driving them to the educational welcome center. This is visually what that welcome center looked like. We partnered with the BBC to be able to help create this, leveraging their expansive reach globally, and also their knowledge, which is commonplace that they are a great news source and reliable news source. It was multilingual in English, Spanish, and Chinese, globally accessible, and the content on the site was robust content that would be interesting and useful to a prospective immigrant on visa, culture, housing, taxes here in America, etc. And also there were different prompts throughout the Welcome Center to be able to get hopefully have the immigrant click off and learn more how HSBC could help with their financial future here in the US. This is a laydown of our overall approach. The goal of media was to drive to that Welcome Center and drive awareness of that Welcome Center. And how we did it was reaching those who were showing signs that they were intending to move with the tactics that we have left, focusing on those that have arrived here in the US with domestic search, and then also driving repeat visitation with programmatic retargeting in hopes, but it wasn't the goal of media, but in hopes that they would then convert into HSBC customers. So to make this happen, it took precision targeting tactics, and we spent a lot of time trying to identify what would be the right approach. We landed on programmatic KCT, which focused on those consuming content indicating that they were planning a move to the US. In the Indian geo, we enhanced it further with DV360, which pulled in Google searches to be able to determine further whether or not they were showing these signals. The geography for the programmatic KCT is down below. And then also in Canada, we did something pretty cool. We used geofencing around standalone US embassies and consulates in Canada, knowing that Canadian tourists do not require visas, and visitors are to those locations are most likely to be prospective immigrants. We served up programmatic desktop and mobile display ads to that group. We also had programmatic retargeting, again, driving repeat visitation to the Welcome Center. We also had drove some additional incremental traffic with some BBC paid media banner ads and native units running on BBC properties. And we also had social units pushed out with BBC handles across the major social networks. The geography for these is listed down below. And then we focused on those showing those demand signals that they were intending to move to the US or had already moved to the US. We had international search in place with English and Spanish search targeted primarily globally, excluding a couple markets that we have down below. And then we also had English and Chinese search in Hong Kong. All these focusing on those people that were planning to move to the US within 4 weeks. We had an element of domestic search focusing on those people that had arrived here in the US within the past 4 weeks. And we used English language targeted to the entire US. So in closing, we helped drive some good results here. So the increased awareness of the HSBC US, in the targeted countries, it helped increase average weekly site visits to the HSBC US sites from these countries during the campaign by 118%. And then also, when you compare the results of the custom hub that we created versus a similar campaign that BBC had done with a different advertiser, we moved the needle on bounce rate significantly. Average dwell time was better versus that other advertiser. And then also total page views came in higher than that other comparative advertiser. And that's pretty much it. So thank you for your time. Appreciate it, and definitely an exciting campaign to work through.
Thank you very much, Sean. Very interesting presentation. Another great case we've seen here. Thank you so much.